Okay, when I came back to Vermont, this is one of the things that was waiting for me in a package. It's a piece of titanium from my friend Shane. Oh yes, you send me stuff, you're my friend. You're my good friend. All right, so let's see. I've got some Texas chert, various things that may or may not be junk. I have not tried this yet. I have not tried the billet yet. It's pristine, hasn't been touched, so we'll see how this works. This is high quality raw Edwards Plateau type chert. Let me see. Let me not try it on that. Let's try it on something lesser quality. Yeah, this is not as good chert. Or nag chert. Not as good. Okay, let's try this. Seems pretty heavy. Seems really a good size. What size is it, you might say? Well, before I start, 1.25" by 3 3/8. Make sure you get an exact copy. All right? All right. Here we go. Oh, this is not so good, like I said. But that felt nice. All right, let's see. Well, we're going to spall this down. See what happens. I got to make sure I don't mess it up. Try to get as nice big pieces as possible. I know that's not always possible. I want to get rid of that Cortex stuff. A lot of nasty limestone. Man, it seems to work really good. Feels a lot like copper. And yes, that's the rock that's doing that, not the billet. Rock's just not cooperating in some areas that I want to try to remove, those nasty areas. Oh, it doesn't like that. It wants to stay nasty. That's what rocks always want. Oh, yep. Okay. I don't know where to hit this to maximize the spalls, because I got a big turtleback of Cortex right there. I suppose I could hit right here. All right, here we go. Come on now. I got incipient cracks in there. Let's try the other side. Am I swiping these hits? I kind of am, but I'm also kind of hitting inward a little bit. This is the kind of spalling that makes my hand hurt, but I could not resist the titanium experimentation. It dimples. It's got dimples. That's a good sign. It's not bouncy like brass. I've tried brass in different formats, skinny and thick, and brass is very bouncy. This one is not bouncy. This one feels just like copper. But it's not as soft, apparently. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. I can see it already doing stuff. My goodness. That is sweet. Okay. This might be my go-to billet. Who knows? Maybe it costs $200. I don't know. I don't know. I've never looked this up. How much can you buy a piece of titanium of this dimension? Works really good. Of course, you need some experience. If you're brand new, the tools are not going to work for you. You're going to have to get some experience, but tools do help you out sometimes. Well, that's sparked, so you can get sparks off of titanium. All right, that was a big spark too. Now I don't know what that means, and if it's good for sparking. As far as I know, sparking requires high carbon content, or maybe not. I don't know. I looked that up one time and I forgot. Anyway, there's probably going to be a lot of conversation in the comments on this. Don't ask me where to get this from. I don't know how to order it. I can look it up, but I won't, because everybody else has got fingers too. I'm not the only one that can type titanium bar, round bar stock. I think that's how they sell it. Well, let's see. Should I continue with the spalling? Yeah, why not? I got some time. I should go to the next ones just to try different shirts, but I'm curious on this one. Now, see, that crushed where I didn't think it would. Now, aluminum, I don't think would have crushed that platform in the same way. Yeah, I don't think aluminum would do that, because I'm trying to drive a flake. Let's try another one. Yeah, I had to hit that very fast and hard to drive a flake. All right, let's see. What does that mean? Well, it means I'm removing the flake before it knows what's happening, so to speak. I find that's the best way to describe it. It doesn't know what's happening, so it won't crush, it won't split, it won't do all kinds of weird bulbar percussion stuff. Just hit it hard and fast, and let's see, should I just do a direct comparison? Let's try hitting it with aluminum now. Yeah. Now keep in mind that the human brain is funny, right? I'm comparing it with aluminum, but since I like aluminum a lot, I might have prepared that a lot better than I would have if I had prepared it for the steel or the titanium. Just gotta take my word for it. Whatever happens, yeah. I can get a better flake. I had a feeling I can get a better flake with the aluminum than I can with the titanium. But let's say you have access to the titanium for free. Like, yeah, we're throwing those away because the alloy's messed up. It doesn't meet specifications on this particular batch, so we're just going to toss it. And you go, yeah, can I have it? Sure, man. There's like 600 pounds of it right there. Pick it up. You can use it for knapping, at least for spalling, right? All right, let's try another one that's not so great. See what I can do. Yeah, I mean, it powers right through this stuff. This is raw, yeah. Raw, nasty stuff. I see the sparks flying. Yeah, I didn't realize that titanium would spark like this. Maybe Shane can give us a little bit of a rundown on the alloy. That sparks really well. Oops, I'm using the wrong side. It sparks better than Mild steel. Yeah. Although I do have to hit it really hard. It seems to be sparking better than mild steel. Mild steel doesn't spark very much at all. Alright, so let's see. Let's try some aluminum. Yeah, I can feel the aluminum grabbing the edge better. Yeah. It's a little bit, it hesitates a little bit. The aluminum doesn't smack it. It kind of joins it and hesitates a little bit. Yeah, I can feel a little subtle difference in the aluminum, but that subtle difference can make all the difference when spalling. It, you know, the aluminum will join with it. With the titanium, it feels like it's not wanting to stick. It just kind of smashes. Let's try another area. Yeah, so I need a big platform that's pretty strong. With the titanium, we're just going to crush the edge. But yeah, I can get some. That's a nice ball. I can get some use out of it, especially when just starting to smash into not so good quality chert. Maybe I'll use it on a rock challenge. Of course, not everyone wants to see an exotic material, exotic metal being used on a rock challenge, because they want me to use what they're using. Like, can you try to nap this rock that I'm going to send you, but can you nap it with the kind of tools that I have? And I have copper bopper, or I have a wooden mallet or wooden billet. Can you try that with what I send you? Because I don't know if it's me or the stone. Oh, then I can, I can make them mad and say, no, I'm going to use titanium billet that only like 5 people in the country have access to. No, don't do that. Please. Sorry. Makes for good video content. Well, see, I can get some spalls that are nice. Yeah. With the titanium. It does feel like copper. Oh yes. I was going to do some napping yesterday, but I went to bed instead. So now I feel much better. Although I should have gone to sleep a little earlier than I did. Oh yes, I can get spalls. It's crappy stone, but I can get spalls. See how it has internal issues? Yeah. Crappy stone, but it works. The billet works. Look at those dimples. Oh yes, dimples are very nice. Yep. Alright, I'll leave this like that. Now let's go to this last one. Oh, I don't know if I want to hit this one too hard, because it could be sweet. Yeah, it's very high quality stuff. Oops. Oh gosh. I'm dropping everything today. But I rushed to get this started. I need to get my napping session going. So I was rushing. Had my coffee. I went and bought me some bacon. Bought my some bacon this morning. For those of you who don't know, I'm on an all meat or mostly meat diet. I will eat leafy green vegetables once or twice a week. I will eat cheese, usually once a day. will have some other things, but it's like 90% meat with fat, right? Just in case you don't know that. And the reason why I promote that or say that is because it changed my life. Okay, so it's at least worth mentioning. All right. And no, I don't have steaks every day like certain celebrities that are on the diet do. I can't afford that, so I look for what's on sale. I got a 2-for-1 package of bacon today. Buy one, get one free. Couldn't resist. And then I'll buy mostly chicken. Bags of chicken, you know, that comes in bags with bones in it. You know, chicken thighs or drumsticks. The thighs actually yield more meat than the drumsticks. So I try to buy the chicken thighs in a bag, and then I cut it up. Anyway, talking about something else so I don't think too much about what I'm doing. Because if I overthink this, I'll crush every platform. Because this titanium is pretty tough, pretty heavy. And I'm not used to using something this heavy. It's about twice as heavy as the aluminum, it feels like. Because, let's see. Yeah. This smaller piece is much heavier than this larger piece. This titanium is heavier than this aluminum billet. So I'm not used to it, although it feels like I could smash through any material that I want to. Feels that way. Now this knuckle gets very sore, but I don't have success hitting it this way. I've got to back it up with my hand, and I usually just knock the crap out of this knuckle every time I'm spalling something tough. Why don't I swing it? It's because I'm trying to swipe. And I've just recently gotten into the distinction between gouging and swiping with these billets. You can gouge or swipe with a swinging billet, or you can gouge and swipe with a non-swinging billet. I'm using a non-swinging billet right now. I'm not grabbing it on the end and swinging it. I'm using it with the longitudinal axis in line with the direction of force. Okay? Not skewed like this. The longitudinal axis is skewed, or maybe even perpendicular to the direction of force. This one's in line with the direction of force. So there's two different ways, and you can do the swiping or the gouging with either one. Swiping and gouging like this, or swiping and gouging like this, okay? And there is a difference between swiping and gouging, okay? I won't get into it, but I will mention it on occasion. The reason why I don't get into it is because I have to discuss complex things, and I don't want to mess up my napping. All right. But anyway, just take my word for it. This is just one time, you know. I'm a nobody, so don't take my word for anything, but this time, just take my word for it that there's a difference between gouging and swiping. All right, so here we go. I don't know what happened there. It's hard to say. Yeah, I did think I sent in some incipient cracks on that one, which is unfortunate because I want to try to capture as much of this as possible. And if there's cracks in it, like that, that's not good. That might go all the way in and around and open up somewhere where I don't want it to. We'll see. I hit that a couple times, right? if I remember correctly. All right. This is, see, I'm used to using this glove with the rubber on the outside. In case you're wondering why I'm such a fumble fingers, the rubber's on the inside, and I'm used to it gripping the stone. Right? When I flip it over and I'm doing this maneuvering, I'm used to it gripping the stone, but this fuzzy side is very slick, and it just gets away from me. Shit. That's a flint napping turn, that little, or a flint napping noise. That little shit. So yeah, it's slipping out of my hands because it's not rubberized. But it helped me to get better use out of my gloves. I already wore out the left hand, so I turned the right hand inside out and use it on my left hand. Because the right hand glove does not get worn out at all. I've got a bunch of right hand gloves. I do use them, right? But it's only once in a while. Okay, so I'll stop. Oops. Yeah, I should have stopped messing with it when I said, okay, I'll stop. Because that kind of hurt. Where is he? Where did you go? See, I don't know why it took off so much. There's a bulb there. Did I hit the top of that? I don't think I hit the top of that. I think I was going for something else. I might have hit the top of that. Anyway, I'll rewind the video and I'll see. You can rewind it if you're interested. I'm going to see what happened for my own sake. Because if I'm that inaccurate, I got to pay more attention. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get a good one. That's what we're after, right? We're after the potential for getting good flakes. There's a little crystal pocket right there. Not too bad. If those quartz crystal pockets are big, they interfere with the flake travel. But if they're not that big, they're okay. I can deal with it. Yeah, it does feel a lot like copper, which I don't normally use because it's expensive. It dimples really fast. I gotta do a lot of maintenance on it, which means I gotta stop, pause, and ooh, that's good quality stuff. It breaks real easy. Anyway, I don't want to have to stop and pause and resharpen and maintain the tools, so I don't use copper very often. I'm using steel mainly because it's cheap and easy and they don't require much maintenance. But I was looking over where I was trying to decide what I'm going to do with this channel, and I was thinking, it's monetized, right? So is there anything else I want to do? I might start mixing in the natural tools again, like I did in the beginning, instead of separating out the natural tools. I have a separate channel called Allergic Hobbit, that has natural tools. I started by using natural tools. I started my napping experience like most new guys, saying to myself, if the old guys did it this way, I'm gonna do it this way. What changed my mind? It got to be old. It got to start to be a pain in the butt. I was not enjoying it. There's drama in the natural tool community that I didn't want to deal with. Techniques are very rigid in the natural tool community. It's like there's a bunch of Karens in there. You gotta do it the right way. And yes, I use the word Karen, okay? Sorry. Probably gives away my political proclivities. But yeah, there's no right or wrong way to use a natural tool. I'm just going to tell you right now. if you're not getting good results, if you're getting thick points that look kind of crude, and someone says that's not the way to use a natural tool, go get one of your artifacts and say, well, what is this? This is a crude, real artifact. Explain this. Oh, well, you know. You know what? No, you can use any method you want with natural tools, because that's what was used in the past. Any method they wanted. Now, are there specialized methods? Yes. You want to discuss specialized methods? Fine. But there's no way to prove that you'd be correct. Only that you can obtain a similar result. You can sometimes obtain an exact result, but I can obtain an exact result with a metal or some other material that probably wasn't used back in the day. So just because you can get a exactly the same result doesn't mean that's the way they did it. But some people have a hard time with that concept. All right, so I'm going to stop there. I will stop here because I'm going to smash it in half if I don't. There's some good platforms that I could take advantage of. But this is a very heavy and very aggressive material. It's a lot like copper. It's not as soft, I don't think. Yeah, it's been a while since I used straight copper like this, a copper bar. It feels about the same weight, but I don't know. Maybe it's heavier. Anyway, this is a good experience. I think I will use this from time to time with these new chunks of rock that I pick up once in a while. When I go to Texas, I know there's some dirt roads I can go down and pick up, you know, these kind of nodules. Maybe not this big, because these are kind of rare. The ones I napped just now, I can get smaller nodules. You know, the baseball size is pretty easy, maybe softball size. But to get these big ones, it's not easy to find them. This is like 1 out of 30. All right, anyway. That was pretty good. Thanks, Shane, for sending me this. I'm going to knock off the sharp edge. I'm going to use the file on that or something when I have some time. I'm already behind in my nappings. Let's see. I should have a lot more done by now, but I don't. It feels like it's resisting the file. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not mild steel. Mild steel, I can just dig right in. But this one is kind of floating on top a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't dig in. Okay. Alrighty. That's it.